Cabin 13 Productions.
She apparently had thrown up in her sleep
Oh no.
all over me.
Oh no.
And
I realized you're still sleeping. So I'm like, I'm going to go clean her up.
That's horrible.
We're
So I
gonna
I'll
just-
come back for
I
you.
just marinated in it.
You talk about trauma. This is
This is peak.
trauma. This is trauma.
We were in the car and he was crying about something and my mom turned around. I was driving and my mom turned around and grabbed Bun, rolled down the window and threw him out, threw her out. Traumatic.
I still
But-
have Bun Bun.
Do you really?
I know exactly where she is.
Yeah.
I'm such a loser, sweating God, I'm the worst.
Welcome back to the Woodsman Podcast. We're your hosts, Joey Rucker,
And Brent Murphy.
and welcome back, Chad. As you can see,
We're here.
we're here. We're not on Riverside today.
That's because something special is gonna happen.
It's a very we're actually in person again. It's been a minute since we've
It's
been
been
in
a
person.
while. It was kind of weird recording this.
Like right next to each other
yeah.
again.
I'm like, oh my god, it's
Yeah.
been so long.
Yeah, we have today's a very special episode. I think it's
It's Mother's Day today.
coming out, on
Yeah.
Mother's Day, right? Like
Mhm.
the day.
Yeah.
So happy Mother's Day, everybody. To all the moms that watch the Woodsman Podcast, thank you.
Maybe two this time because it'll be.
Yeah. Thank you for your
You'll find out
service.
who the special guests are.
Oh, I'm sure this episode we do relatively good when we have guests. I'm sure
Yeah.
this is going to be a pretty
Yeah.
banger episode.
This will be a good one. This will be a good one.
So look forward to some very special moments. And but before we get into any of that,
Yeah.
like normal, we have some housekeeping to do. We wanted to get through that, say hellos, introduce the topic for today, which, like you said, today's
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. So today we're talking about all things mom.
Yeah.
What do we
Well-
got on our housekeeping today?
Well, I will say there's a reason why we weren't here last week,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because of this episode today.
Yeah, this was a
So
big setup.
this is a big setup.
we
A
took-
lot of time and a lot of editing is going into this one.
The whole reason
yeah.
we love Riverside is because it makes it way easier now to like pump out episodes and just
Yeah.
hop on a call and that's it. This is a whole studio again
outside.
outside.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's
took a while.
We're sorry we missed last week's episode. We really are, I swear, going to get onto a weekly like
Yeah,
thing. It's been hard.
it's been hard.
It's
We've
been tough.
Been tired.
Yeah.
Being tired is like majority of it.
The
to
amount
be
of times in the
honest.
last like 3 to 4 weeks that Brent or I have texted the other and been like, I'm so sorry.
I'm
I was
sorry.
asleep.
That and like forgetting very basic mundane things that we're supposed to do
Mhm,
that then
mhm.
result in us not getting an episode
Yeah,
out. That
yeah.
also has been rough.
We'll start pulling our way. And
Yeah.
also because of that, we also have the unfortunate news of there's no Patreon. I know for the last, I think month, we've been telling you that we're going to
Been
get
the whole
Patreon
season.
started.
It's been the whole season so
It's
far.
been the whole season.
Oh my god.
Patreon is going to get up there again, but we have to figure out how we can get this show pumping again at a
Yeah.
constant rate before we
Yeah.
can like find a way to legitimately put the Patreon with it. Because right now we're struggling to even keep this show on the air.
Yeah, it's been a little rough. And like most of the time when we're done recording, it's like 11 to like midnight. And then we're like,
yeah.
do we want to pump out a Patreon episode right now? And it's
Mhm.
like, no, I want to go to bed. Like
Yeah.
that's normally how it goes. So
A lot of our energy just gets drained, and we don't want to give you guys a half-ass show, you know.
yeah. So it's fine. We're getting there. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Once you see how in depth this episode is, probably gonna be one of our longest videos we've ever
It's a
put
pretty
out,
long
so-
episode. It's a special thing. I think we can just say who the guests are. I mean, it's not like it's that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not a surprise. Today we're having our moms on. So
Both
it's
of our mothers.
both of our moms.
Yeah.
If you guys remember, we did an episode back in season 2. I think it was the first episode of season 2. Fatherhood, and it was for our Father's Day special episode, and we had my dad come on, and I had interviewed him during that episode, but unfortunately, as we have joked many a time on this show, Brent,
Only one of us could have a dad on the Father's Day episode.
how does it feel not to have a dad, man?
Good. Throwback.
Throwback. Roll the clip.
How does it feel to have a dad?
Good. How does it feel not to have a dad?
Good.
Dude.
But yeah, so today is Mother's Day, and we thought it would only be right to kind of do the same thing. I think we missed last year's Mother's Day, so we didn't end up doing it.
Yeah.
So we thought this year.
God, if we thought this was a hard setup to do, imagine how hard that setup would have been.
Last year, dude.
Nah, that would have been crazy.
No, it would have been horrible.
So, yep, this year we're gonna have our moms
Our
on.
moms
they'll,
on.
they'll be on shortly.
They'll be on shortly with us, and it's a great conversation. You guys are gonna
It
love
is.
this episode. It's
And
awesome.
I will say, I think we covered just about every type of topic that we normally cover on the Woodsman.
Yeah, I think so.
for
We
an
hit-
interview.
We hit
Like,
everything
Yeah.
from the sentimental to the mysterious
The
to
comedy,
the unknown, the comedy.
yeah.
We've covered every themed week we have.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Comedy week,
Which we should get back to those themed weeks at some point. But
yeah, eventually.
I mean, the stuff we've been rolling out, it's been pretty
It's
good.
been pretty
So
good.
I'm
People
like,
have
all
been
right.
taking to them well. So
Yeah. Maybe we'll stop with the themed weeks and just only do funny comedy stuff. I don't know.
just become a comedy
Yeah.
podcast.
Lifestyle
We
comedy.
would- if
Nah,
we
it's
changed
comedy,
to a
buddy.
full comedy podcast, we would really have to
We would really have to up our
work-
game and start
up our
writing
game
jokes
on
because
comedy,
we're not
'cause-
that funny
yeah.
at like 1 a.m. We're not that funny.
I think if you're talking like top comedian funny, we are standing probably around a 5 or a 4 still. That's top comedian though. I think if you're like
That's-
average
okay,
day to day
okay.
funny guy, I think we're probably like a
6.
6. But
That's fair.
I think we
That's fair.
still got a lot of wiggle room where we could like really
Yeah.
perfect our craft.
Gotta start writing jokes. Gotta start writing jokes and hopefully they hit.
What do you
know?
call birds that stick together?
I don't know.
Velcros.
So
And with
anyways,
that, please welcome our guest. So sorry, chat.
No, that was it.
That's it.
That was it.
Welcome our guests.
Yep.
Our moms. Welcome back, chat.
Oh man.
As you can see, we are not alone today. We have a very special episode in store for you guys. Today we are here with our mamas.
Wow.
Yay! Yay! Yes, I think we explained in housekeeping that today is a very special Mother's Day related episode. And so we thought, as we've done in the past, we did a Father's Day episode with my dad, and we interviewed him and had a lot of good questions. And
But I don't have one of those, so it was
yeah,
just,
you didn't
it
get to
was just
participate
him.
last time.
Yeah.
Last time we just had to have you walk out of the studio for a
Yeah.
little while.
And studio being the dining room. Yeah, I went to the
gosh.
green room, Joey's room, and I think at that time it was green. So I
I
think
think it was.
Probably was.
So yeah, today we are here doing another one of these special interview style episodes, but today with our moms. This is my mom, Tanya.
Hi.
this is my mom, Suzanne.
Hey,
Welcome to the pod.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you, thank
First off, we should just have you guys kind of introduce yourselves. Say, I don't know, what are those icebreakers that they do in like classrooms? Like, all right, tell us your name.
Your
Tell
name,
us,
your favorite food,
yeah.
what you want to be when you grow up.
And yeah, and then go from there, right?
Yeah. Say hi.
Hi.
Hello. I mean, you just introduced us.
Well, You want me to go first?
Go
I'll
ahead, Suzanne. It'll give me a template.
Okay. I'm Suzanne, Brent's mom. I love tacos.
Sammy Hagar.
Tacos
And
and
Sammy Hagar rocks. Anyway, I love to go to concerts. That's my big thing I like it to do. Yes,
It's your hobby. Your hobby is going to concerts.
I am a nanny right now. I was before Brent was born. I was worked in audiovisual. I guess that's where he gets it from.
Wow.
I'm married but really single. My mom lives with me and take care of her right now, and that's about it.
Perfect. That was perfect.
How about
Letting the
as
motorcycle
you
go
can
by.
probably hear, folks. We're gonna try and get rid of it as much as we can, but
We're
right-
outside, so there's a
We're
lot
outside.
of factors right now.
But what about you, Mama? You want to introduce yourself? Give a little.
I'm Tanya, Joey's mom. Joey's not my only. Joey is one of 4 kiddos. Married also. And he's in the other room. He was on another podcast.
Yeah.
You
Watch the
remember.
fatherhood
Go watch the Fatherhood.
episode.
Yeah. We actually work at the same company. That's something kind of interesting about us. Nowhere near each other because I don't think either one of us could handle that. Um yeah. So we don't really share the same interests, whereas Suzanne and Brent do. But I think that's what makes it work. That we get along well because we don't have the same interests. We think a lot alike though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have
No,
anything
that's
else
great.
to
That's
share.
great. Thank you guys. We're excited to do this. We're also all so awkward.
Yeah.
We're
All 4 of us.
so scared.
Me and Brent are so extremely nervous for some reason to ask you guys questions, and you guys just didn't want to be filmed. So it's a match made
It's
in
a
heaven.
win-win right now. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Similar to how we did it with my dad in the Father's Day episode, we just have accumulated a few questions that we thought we'd ask you. Everything just in relation to motherhood, being moms, how you guys raised us, just maybe a little bit about your own upbringings and stuff like that. And yeah, I think we're kind of
I mean, there's more than a few questions, but
there.
we
No,
won't, we
there's,
won't
there's
ask
quite
all
a
of
few.
them.
Now we're the nervous
we,
ones.
We won't
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
a lot, but yeah, we're just gonna kind of go through the list, no particular order.
And I think we should start with like maybe an easy one, just a fun little. What is one of your guys' just favorite memories about being a mom? Whether it was for you, if it was with me or with one of my siblings. What was one of your favorite memories with Brent? Just something that stands out to you as like, oh man, this was a great moment in momhood. And either one of you can go first if you think of one.
Something that came to mind for me was, and I don't know if you've talked about it on your podcast, but
We
since
probably
this
have.
is since this is your podcast, I'll go with a memory of you.
Okay.
She's like, I guess.
And you know this one really well, but when you were 3 years old and there was a Christmas performance for your little preschool Christmas
Oh
event.
yes, I know
We,
exactly what you're talking about.
We couldn't get a seat downstairs, so we took a balcony seat at the church we were doing it at. And I'm really glad we did because it gave us a bird's eye view, literally. But while you're up there, besides hitting your classmates with your Santa hat, you just all of a sudden just dropped your pants and you were like front row on the Christmas stage and rather than be upset, it was just a moment of that's my boy.
Well,
so
well,
we
I've
really
never
enjoyed
heard
that.
of this story.
Yeah, there's
and I
footage of it,
really
isn't
ho-
there?
I was
Well,
gonna say,
there's
I really
kind of
hope there's
footage of it. We
video.
were so excited that you did it. We're like, get the camera. So we get the camera, trying to point it at you.
Yeah, this is
Only
one of the old
to,
cassette cameras,
I think,
right?
yeah, it was the cassette camera where you stick the tape in, but only to, I think, hit record when it was already recording. So it basically paused right when we needed to see you on stage. And then when we stopped it, it started recording again. So I don't think we actually have footage of you doing it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
that is
that was a good memory.
tragic. That is a tragic memory to not have filmed because I would have loved to see my
It's
man
too bad.
drop his pants in front of an entire crowd and just yeah.
Well, it really ticked off the director at the time, which none of us liked her anyway. But she
Wow,
made
Joey
a point.
started young.
I feel like there were a lot of what would you call them? Just not superior, like
Leaders
that were just not down for a goofball kid back in the day. I feel like if you were rowdy or obnoxious, then you were just like you needed to be punished.
We got to beat that out of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Beat
too
that out of
loud.
Yeah.
I think I had a lot of situations like that growing up where I had to sit in the back of the class or something just because I
Well,
was.
I don't know about you.
Wigging out.
I was a perfect child. I never once.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Never once.
Is that true?
Ne-
We
So-
have,
Well,
we have the source of
he never
information.
pulled his pants down, and
She's like, that's a you one,
That's-
Joey. I don't know about you,
What was one of your favorite memories?
one of
about
my
that?
favorite. There's so many. I mean, how can you just talk about one? But one that really stands out because he never did this after this point. He never did this again. It was for a church program. It was a talent show. And Brent was always a singer, always a performer,
No.
never afraid.
Not Brent.
If he was in front of a camera, you would never know he was nervous.
Mhm.
like
He
I am
was-
right now.
He was very comfortable in his surrounding, and he was real little. I think it might have been his first talent show, and
I think I know. I think I know which one.
he
you
had
mean.
his little outfit, and he knew his song backwards and forwards. He was probably like the youngest child performing, and he got up there and froze.
Was it the?
The music came on,
Wasn't
and
it you got a friend?
Yeah,
I
was-
was dressed as Woody
He-
with Woody in my hand. I do remember
he was
this. That is
frozen
crazy.
in time. Deer with the headlights. I mean,
Just-
and my mom and I were sitting there going, "What's wrong with him? He's never done this before."
Stage fright.
He was absolutely frozen.
Aw.
But
Yes.
like you said, I don't think ever since then. I don't think that's ever happened.
Never.
Like ever.
Never.
After that, I don't know. Maybe it
Even-
just shocked me into like, oh, all right, I guess it's time to put my big boy pants on. I
Yeah.
guess you
As
know.
I was taking my pants off.
I was putting mine on. I was putting mine on. Perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I think we have you in a Woody costume too. We should
Oh,
pull those
somewhere.
pictures together and
Oh,
maybe
dude.
we can put them up on
Yeah,
the
if we
screen
Bro,
or
can
we-
something.
find
we
any
could have
photos or
collabed.
videos.
Could have been Buzz Lightyear. You could have been Woody.
Could've.
Would have been great,
I
dude.
think I was Mike Wazowski one time too. Right?
Yeah, you were.
Did they just paint you green?
No, I had an outfit.
Did they mistake you for Shrek?
The eyeball was just my face.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Brent was also a stalk of celery for Veggie Tales one year. I remember.
Veggie
I was.
Tales.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that.
That was fire. I remember that.
Yeah.
And I remember how long it was compared to
Yes.
my head. So it was
Yeah.
just like, it's kind of top
hitting
heavy. Like,
things.
what? Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that
got
was
pictures,
fun.
Suzanne?
Oh, I do.
We'll have to find these for your.
Yeah, if you find any photos or videos that we talk about today, please send them in. We'll put them in the video.
Well, I'm sure everything we talk about, I'm sure there's pictures.
Yeah,
yes.
right.
Or
These are-
video.
These both are room moms, Joey. They have
Yeah.
they have every picture of every embarrassing moment in our lives. So
I was
Yeah.
just
you know.
telling somebody the other day that one of the things I do all the time is I check your Facebook if
Mhm.
I ever need to like recall something, just because it's like an archive of my entire life.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know,
it's great. It's great. Well, I have a question here. What did you guys think you wanted to do before becoming like parents? Like what was something where you're like, like I guess work wise or like vacationing wise or like just what were things where you're like, okay, before I become a parent and kind of like tied down to raising, a child, like what's something that like is on the bucket list that you wanted to do? Did you guys end up doing it? Did you not end up doing it? Stuff like that.
I really didn't. I was in a different situation because I was an older parent, and you were absolutely planned. So
That's right.
everything I
wanted to do.
wanted to do, basically, I had already done. I'd gotten my wild side out. Yeah. So for me, that kind of doesn't apply.
I don't feel like I put anything on hold because I don't know that I had a wild side, maybe a little bit before leading up to meeting your dad. But um as far as I don't feel like I missed anything I wanted to do. But if career wise, I think at one point I wanted to be a photographer. And then that that involved too much money investment and time that I didn't want to I didn't want to do. I guess I just didn't have it in me. And then I also wanted to be an ASL interpreter at one point, so I took a few classes there. But I don't feel like I put anything on like the back burner or anything. Travel was never something in my mind. We only started wanting to do that as we were married and wanted to take you guys along with it. So
See, I was always mad that you guys decided to take us traveling when I was super young because
yeah, well, we realized the mistake after the fact.
I don't remember a single trip.
That was a mistake to do it when you guys were young.
Like Brent and I have talked about how like some of the field trips we used to go on, those have now at this age become a lot more appreciated. But even then, I mean, we didn't appreciate it at the time.
Oh, yeah,
and
I
then you
didn't-
go back even farther. I don't remember the trips, so
Like I remember going to Canada and we were like super stoked for that. And then we got there and it was like, okay, we're going to these libraries and you're going to read this whole trip. And it was like,
yeah,
my parents paid how much money to
Yeah.
take me to read,
to take
you
me
know?
reading in Canada.
And it's like I could have read at the library at home, like I don't,
Yeah.
but I think about it now and it's like, oh, it's an experience probably no one is gonna have in middle school,
Yeah.
flying over to Canada, going to Washington. And that was like I think my first time out of the state too, was going to Washington, like Seattle, and then going over
Yeah.
to Canada. I mean, that was like a pretty big stretch, but now that I'm older and I do read, now and not required to read, I'm like, oh, that was actually pretty crazy because some of those libraries were insanely big, like
Mhm.
definitely way more historical than going to the San Bernardino library, and having a show outside with, the homeless people, out there was just, I think, a completely different experience. And
I
I
think the thing
definitely
that
took that
those
for
trips
granted.
had in common, whether it was big like Canada or small like feeding the homeless in this area, was it got you guys out of your little comfort box that we had created for you. Like we had always kept you guys safe and in your
Yep,
bubbles.
very sheltered.
And excuse me. And it seems like regardless of which trip we went on, there was always an aspect of it that like I can, at least for us, it had been nothing I had experienced either. So if we were going to Manzanar, sad as
Yeah.
it is, I didn't know Manzanar was a thing
I did not either.
until this
Neither did
this
I.
trip.
Neither did I.
And I'm
We're all in
so
the same boat.
glad. I am
Yeah.
so glad because after that, then
It
I
got
started
flooded, too.
hearing
Exactly.
Yeah,
about it
yeah.
and going,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's like, and I remember when the leadership at that time made the intentional choice to kind of throw out the typical curriculum. Do you remember they had a whole meeting
Mhm.
about it, and they were going to focus on an aspect of that time, which was World War II, and it was really cool because there were so many things I didn't even know myself.
Yeah.
So
No, it was, I think those trips were pivotal in like us growing up. I mean,
Mhm.
to this day, when I don't know how many times we've talked about a random trip we've gone on, even like in the podcast, outside of the podcast,
Yep.
even with people at work and everything. It's like not a lot of people get to
Mm-mm.
at such a young age, like, hey, we're gonna go to Yosemite and you're gonna hike up the entire like waterfall path. Which, in hindsight, some of those kids should not have been doing that, considering that there's no railing and you just
Right.
you just walk
Oh,
up
there
wet
were a
stairs.
few of us.
You know,
I actually thought
Yes.
we
You
were
were gonna lose
we were
'em.
going down.
Yeah.
I thought it was
yeah,
I think one
that
of the
was-
biggest things that sticks in my mind was the Haight Ashbury experience when we went
Yeah.
and
in
and
San
actually
Fran.
talked to the people that some of them had lived there for decades
Mhm.
and had no they were not going to go anywhere other than there. That was
They're
where
like,
they lived,
this is where
and
my family
that's where they were
is.
going to
This is where,
stay.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was such a crazy experience doing that. I mean, like, it was crazy because we did so many different things while we were there in San Francisco. So it was crazy to like go to Fisherman's Wharf and then it's like, okay, you guys ready to go to Haight Ashbury? And they're like, huh?
Yeah.
You know,
What
like
is
it was
that?
just such a, complete difference. And like you said, like talking to people that you would, an eighth grader would never go and talk to somebody who you clearly know is doing drugs, like in
Well,
a
neither
park,
would an adult.
and
I mean,
Yeah.
neither would an adult. It's not like something that it's out of our box too.
And
That's
you're-
what was cool.
and you're just going up. And I think something that was really cool, especially about that one, was going with no agenda. There was
Mhm.
no, oh, we're going to give them hot chocolate, but we're going to tell them about, like Jesus or our religion. It was just, we're just going to give them hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And if they want to talk, they can talk. And that's what it was. Like we were going with no expectation of like getting anything in return out of it. Like you're not doing it because like you're a Christian and that's the right thing to do. It's still like, hey, we're just going to do this, we're going to do this and converse with people.
And I think
You
for
know.
me, one thing I liked about it personally was that I went in, obviously it was uncomfortable in the
Yeah.
in the moment,
Yeah.
but going in and doing it, I had all these like ideas and perceptions of what I thought these people were going to be like.
Mhm.
And, you know, as shitty as it sounds, I mean, I thought of them all as like dirty or
Right.
scary or,
Right.
or some not trustworthy, that kind of vibe. But, and I would say almost every person that we talked to that day and gave the hot chocolate to and all that stuff, I mean, they were just the kindest.
They
Yeah.
were.
The
They were
kindest.
They
normal
were.
humans. They were normal
Everybody
humans.
telling their story, happy, grateful. I mean, it was just like, it was a very big learning moment,
Yeah.
And to think that there was that many people there, which there was a lot of people there,
Yeah.
and there was nothing going on as far as any kind of illegal,
Yeah.
people trying to hurt each other, or,
Right.
The most I
no,
think we
just
really watched someone do is maybe smoke weed. And like
Yeah.
that's so trivial now, now it's like that's not even it's not even really a crime,
Yeah, I thought people
So
were
it's
going to be
like-
stabbed.
Yeah.
I mean, I was
You
was
know?
going in with really bad mindsets,
Yeah, but I mean you go down and you talk to these people and realize like, oh, these are just normal people. I mean,
Yeah.
some of these people like they're like 15, 16-year-olds like, oh yeah, like I got kicked out, so I just knew that this is the spot to go to, and then they just do it and they're like, yeah, I've just been
Yeah, it was one of those first
been
times
living
where
here for a couple years
put it
and
into perspective, like that everybody's just got a different story and
Yep.
a life that will lead to a specific path,
Right.
yeah, and a lot of those people, some of those people did have jobs and everything too. They're
Mhm.
like, yeah, I don't have a home, so I just, I live here,
Wow.
I camp out here, and then I just go to work, I guess,
Wow.
So it's like it's a crazy perspective change when you get out there and actually do something,
And if you think about it, I don't know about any of you, but nobody asked for money.
No,
no.
no.
Not like
People were trying to sell you like art
Yeah.
and everything. They weren't asking for handouts. They were literally like, "Hey, I got this painting or whatever." It was yeah, it was an eye opener for sure. I mean, definitely something to look back on now that we're older, and it's like, oh wow, like it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, as much as I do enjoy this particular topic, I want to get a little bit back onto the vibe of moms. And we were talking about what you were and what you were striving to be before you became a mom. When you guys were pregnant with us, because for my particular situation with my siblings, I was also the firstborn. Brent, you were her miracle baby.
one and
Only
only.
child, baby.
One and
So,
only.
Yes, sir.
Were there any fears going into being a mom? Like, were you worried at all about anything about what it would take to raise a kid? If you were ready for the commitment, because you're going from, just living your life, doing whatever you're doing at the time, to an everyday, like, I got to be on the clock for this kind of job. It's a big responsibility to, take on your first kid. And so, like, what was that like? Were there any fears, or were you just excited? Maybe you weren't scared at all?
I was obviously very excited. I was working at the time at March Air Force Base. I had always told myself if I got pregnant that I wanted to stay home. So as it turned out, that's what I did. After 4 months after he was born, 4 months later, I took a voluntary layoff and so I could be home. And I'll tell you, it was the best years of my life. It really was. I was able to be involved in everything, everything at church, everything at school, obviously everything at home. I was an only child, so I was spoiled. So guess what? He was spoiled. Only grandchild. You know, my mom was an only child. I
Really?
think when
I
you
didn't know
I
that.
actually didn't know that it was kind
we
of
have very
generational,
we
man,
have no
generational.
hardly any relatives. My grandmother and my grandmother and my grandfather, they were both one of two.
Hmm.
So there wasn't a lot of cousins. There wasn't aunts and uncles.
Hmm.
So yeah,
I bet it made
was
it a little easier at Thanksgiving,
it
you know,
very
Oh, yeah.
very
sitting around the table.
Yeah.
very
No, we just filled the table with more food
More
Yeah.
to make it feel
Yeah.
to make it feel bigger. You know.
But I was nervous because, obviously I'd never done it before, but I had my mom there to help me along the way, and I think it turned out okay.
I don't remember being fearful. I felt pretty confident because I'd been working in childcare for a while. I felt confident as far as how to do things. Where I would think I was nervous was finances and things like that because I don't think you actually can like really worry because you don't know what you're going into. So
Right.
I don't think you can. Now looking back, I go, oh my gosh, how did I even think I was going to be able to achieve this? But it's because you don't have that perspective to know that there are things you need to be worried about. Emergency rooms, asthma, if your kid's
Nah.
going to pass out at school and have to go to an ambulance to the emergency room, that kind of thing. But you don't worry about that. You worry about how you're going to keep them fed,
Mhm.
all of the things, clothes, because you guys grow out of clothes every 6 months. And so it's like, um, no, I was never worried in that sense. But first time parenting, I think it's just, and probably the same because you guys are the only kids, but overprotective,
Mhm.
hovering. I mean, you probably had it worse than all of them.
I did. I did. Yeah, no, there's no doubt.
I mean, as far as the clothes, I would have just wrapped you up in a trash bag and waited till you outgrew it, and then I'd get you actual clothes after that.
But yeah, no, I don't think I was ever really worried too much about anything.
I know it's kind of a different situation in the parenting, but in that particular case scenario, what was it like then in that case going from one kid to having to handle another and then another? Like,
Going to 2, no issues. I don't think it was I put you to work. I talk about that because I remember so vividly. I remember going in to be induced for your sister. And I always tell you this too, because you were like almost 2.5. And I felt like this big old hug you gave me as I was leaving, like you knew. Like, this is it, Mom. No more. We're no longer not gonna just be you and me. But then immediately, like you would help me around the house and I was at home for a while. I was never at home for a long period of time. I always ended up having to go back to work. Um but I think once she was there and started to become more mobile, oh my gosh, you guys entertained yourself. You were so clingy as a baby. I had to when I was doing dishes, I'd have to have you in a little pouch thing here while I'm doing dishes, and that's backbreaking. I couldn't take a shower without putting you in a little saucer in the bathroom while I'm sitting there trying to get myself ready.
Oh,
But
Joey.
yeah. But then your sister came and you guys were playmates the whole time. So, and then come the third one, and it was like you guys then became the babysitters and the third parent. So everything was easier after that, I think.
yeah, I mean, it was interesting going from. I mean, I don't really remember being an only child. Wish I did. uh, We probably had some great times.
Yeah,
But
we did. We did. We bonded quite a bit. My
But
house was clean.
yeah, I mean, I remember growing up with Becca a lot, and it being just like there were ups and downs. God, I say ups and downs, and the first story that pops into my head with Becca. I don't know if I've told you this one. You'll know it immediately. We used to share
I
a room.
already know. I
You
already
do?
know.
We
She was
used-
injured, right?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay,
I
okay.
was. Well, we both were.
Okay.
In the situation. We used to share a room
Oh, I do know.
in the back where John now
Yeah.
resides,
This isn't an injury, though.
and it's not. It was mentally
Sorry,
scarring.
go ahead. It was scarring, but not an injury.
We used to share the same room. We used to sleep in the same bed, and I think Becca either had the flu or
Mhm,
food
mhm.
poisoning, some kind of sickness,
Yes.
and she apparently had thrown up in her sleep
Oh no.
all over me,
Oh,
Oh,
no.
and I hadn't awoke.
Oh.
I was just like I am today. I was a very heavy sleeper.
Oh no.
and my mom like kind of tried you tried to make it easy, like try not to freak me out, but
You're like, Joey, get up.
the moment
You
it
need to
like
take a shower.
registered that it was just
Oh yeah.
No, you want to know what's worse is I don't remember if I've ever told you this, but I made an active decision as I'm grabbing her to take care of her. I realized you're still sleeping. So I'm like, I'm going to go clean her
Oh,
up.
that's horrible.
We're
So
gonna-
I'll come back for
I
you.
just marinated in it
Because she was suffering.
like a
and I'm
pork
like,
roast.
He didn't know he was suffering.
he's fully
It
unaware.
was delayed suffering.
I mean, it wasn't long, maybe a couple minutes. I just had to get her into the tub. But then
like maybe 2 hours, give or take.
was
2 minutes,
terrible.
2 hours. It was
I
one
think
of
that's
them.
honestly why I'm a germaphobe now. Why I won't share drinks and stuff just because I was mentally scarred.
I know you remember that, yeah.
That's
'cause
crazy.
Oh.
Did Brent have any traumatic stories growing up?
Gosh.
I had a couple.
Well,
As far as being sick,
There
yeah, I
was-
had a
there was the
Be sick,
time
getting
he
injured.
he had his little
bunny.
bunny,
Oh, no.
Bunny.
also known as Bun Bun,
Bun
Big
bun.
bun bun.
and he took Bun Bun everywhere. He could not be anywhere without Bun Bun, and
It's my emotional support bunny.
he got the flu.
Oh, no.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about what
And-
Grandma did to Bun Bun.
And well, I was gonna get to that.
Oh, okay, good. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
He, he had to go to urgent care and get fluids and all that. But anyway, on the way down there, he vomited on Bun
Oh,
Bun. And
no. Not Bun Bun.
we had
Bun
to,
bun.
while he was so sick, we had to take it away.
Oh,
And that was pretty traumatic.
I still
but-
have Bun Bun.
do you really?
I know exactly where she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
she. Bun Bun's a she.
But she got
Yeah.
she got washed and fluffed back up, but then there was another incident where my mom and
This is
I
not
were
my fault, by the way. I want to preface this is not my fault.
in
You talk about trauma. This is
This is
trauma.
peak.
This is trauma.
we were in the car and he was crying about something and just carrying on and my mom turned around. I was driving and my mom turned around and grabbed Bun Bun,
Oh no.
rolled down the window and threw him out, threw her out.
And you want to know
And-
something crazy? We did that car in reverse, baby. We did that car in reverse.
You
Just
saw-
gonna say, I
he
jumped
wa-
out the car right there.
We thought he-
right then and there.
We thought he was crying before he was screaming.
Yeah, bad choice. Bad choice.
was-
Honestly,
Bad
wanted,
parenting
if they
choice.
wanted me to stop crying, that was not the way to do it.
Yeah.
Because that was
Yes, you turned back to get Bun Bun quickly.
yeah. I will. I'll never
I
forget that one.
understand that.
I'll never forget that one.
My
That's
mom-
crazy.
Mom got out of the car, retrieved Bun Bun, and he was quiet the rest of the way home.
Yeah, that was a rough one. That was a rough one for sure. We'll never forget.
Bun Bun's still here.
Bun
Yeah,
Bun's still
He
here.
still
She's
has
alive.
Bun Bun.
She
Bun Bun
definitely
lives.
She's definitely a lot flatter.
She's very flat.
She's very flat. I use her as a pillow every single day of my life.
I do believe that Grandma also at one point rolled Bun Bun up in the
Up in the window.
up in
of
the
car.
window.
Yeah, she like
Her neck was never the same after that.
yeah. It's very flat. It's very
poor
flat
Bun Bun.
after.
That
Yeah.
reminds me of when Mr. Mears, our 5th grade teacher, took a puppet. I used to be into puppets. It was a phase that a lot of people make fun
Don't
of
worry,
me for.
we'll find pictures of those too.
Yeah.
That'll
Here
be
it
for the
is.
social media.
And I remember I used to annoy him. I used to take the puppet and I would get up
Yeah, I'm
into his
surprised
face.
he didn't hit you
Oh,
at least
same,
once.
same.
He'd go like in his face with the puppet.
Like I
and
said, I was a
everything.
very rowdy, obnoxious kid that just was very loud and
Very loud,
attention-seeking.
little like twitchy.
Yeah.
You remind me of a squirrel. Like you reminded me
I
of a
was a
squirrel.
lot like a squirrel back
Yeah,
in the day.
yeah.
And he took that puppet. He went to the roof of the school
And he put it
and
on
he
the roof.
hung it from the roof
Yeah.
like a sacrifice.
Yeah.
It was really like traumatic to look up.
Yeah, I wasn't in full agreement, but I totally understood.
It's
Totally
like now that
understood.
I'm older, I'm like, I would have done that a lot sooner. Maybe it would have stopped you from doing it. But
Did he
Nah,
do
he
it
w-
again?
oh, he did. I do remember you having your otter, and you were doing the same thing. You're like
Didn't
shoving
he
it in
throw
his
it on the
face.
roof?
No, he threw it over the wall.
Over the wall. And
And then as a scavenger hunt, he took our whole class to go over there and search
which,
for it.
okay,
my
but in
gosh.
hindsight, now as an adult,
That was pretty funny.
that makes so much sense. To be like, I don't want to teach today.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
I have an idea.
Today, whoever finds the otter gets extra
You
credit.
get to keep the otter. Just
Yeah.
don't give it back to Joey.
Go.
Joey's the only one who can't scavenge for it. He's got to sit down at the bench or something and wait. I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, those are pretty funny stories.
those are great.
I want to get into one that probably is a little bit more complex for sure. What's it like living with your moms now that you're older? I mean, you can go all out if you want. I don't think your guys' moms watch the pod. I know.
I mean, even if they
I
did,
mean,
I'm not.
Yeah,
It's an interesting situation because
because I mean, we're
It's-
obviously living with you guys now, but we're also in our 20s. What's it
yeah.
like being older?
what's it like going from living with your mom to living without to then living again?
Yeah,
It's got to
Well,
be.
I don't. I know you have a different scenario than I do because your mom's been with me a lot longer.
Uh-huh.
For me, it's been almost 3 years now, and it's a challenge. It was a hard challenge in the beginning, and I think for her as well, because she's going from a 2-bedroom apartment to learning how to not only live with 5 other people but share a room with one, and just condense all her belongings, her entire life down into even though we have a larger house, I mean, she's still sharing the space with so many people. So for her, it was the adjustment to now living with people, not having control over the environment as much. But for me, it was like, ooh, big challenge because there's the aspect of her wanting to kind of like always know what I'm doing because she'll always be a mom. But the harder part, I think, for me is that I'm the mom of this house. And so I've always made the rules of this house. I've always determined where things get stored. I've always determined where, what my kids can and can't do or what chores they should or shouldn't do. And there's another opinion and there's another vocalization of that. And then there's just the normal mom daughter tension that always existed, even growing up. Like as a teenager,
Yeah.
there's always you push back against your parent regardless. But now that I'm in my 50s, I'm pushing back against my established ways don't sync with her established ways. She's neater, she's cleaner. I'm not, Anyway, I think it's been very difficult for us. I think it works. I'm glad she's here. I wouldn't have it any other way. But it's a challenge. It's a challenge I think for everybody in the house. Um I can't imagine what it's like for her to have gone from, independence to it's not so much that she's not independent in the house, but she's very much reliant upon us for cars, for tasks and things like that. So being in our house is hard for I think for everybody, but I'm glad she's here. That's mine.
Everything she said.
Yeah.
I agree. Same.
Yeah.
My mom came to live with us when the state had cut pay, cut jobs, and she was working for the state at the time. So
When was this?
this was back when Arnold was
2010,
governor.
I think.
Mm.
2009, 2010. Right?
So she was by herself and did not have the income once that happened to maintain. She was making her bills, but had absolutely not one dime.
Mm.
And so we all talked about it and made the decision for her to let her house go. And my mom has always been, at least in her later years, very independent, very strong-willed. And so that was a huge, huge decision to make. She'd been married 4 times and had been single for a very long time and had become very independent. And so that was a huge deal. Moving into a house that, mind you, is less than 1,000 square foot.
Mm-hmm.
So there was huge adjustments made there. She was still working, and so it was actually a lot better than when she was working and driving and still wanting to go places, be able to
She's
go.
still very independent.
Well,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
she's very. She's gotten even
independent.
strong-willed. Strong-willed
Mhm.
is a good label
Yeah.
for her. But then she got her COPD started progressing and has become completely homebound, except for doctor's appointments. So that has come a whole other bunch of challenges. Because I can only imagine how she must feel not being able to do the things, not being able to go to concerts, not being able to go to lunch or dinner or anything,
Yeah.
And I have to put myself in check a lot of times because I'm tired when I get home and kind of irritable myself. And she's to the point now where she's not even cooking for herself. So, she's home alone most days unless Brent's home, by herself with the TV and her phone, and that's about it. Her vision isn't good enough for her to read a book, or she's never really been interested in reading that way where a lot of people could
Entertain with that,
entertain
yeah.
themselves. She's pretty much sits in a chair all day and is excited when we get home, and we're just tired and
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
just want
We
to
see that a lot.
relax and not have to. And like you said, I moved these here because it was better, or
It's always the best, right?
take out did you take out the trash? Well, I know Tuesday's trash day. We know and don't worry about it. Don't chill.
Yeah, you
We
can't.
got
you
it.
can't take the trash out anyways, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have to worry about it.
yeah.
But worrying about things that she doesn't need to worry
Yeah.
about, that where it becomes nagging to us because it's like we know.
Right.
So it's us
Yeah.
trying to put our attitudes in check a lot of the time.
Yeah, I relate to that, the coming home at the end of the day, because regardless of her being there or not, I mean, there's a good chunk of the times when we're all coming home, we're all avoiding each other as it is. We're not
Uh-huh.
avoiding her. We're avoiding
Right.
each
Yeah.
other. We
Right.
just want to not people at
Right.
the time. And
Yeah.
so,
Well, in our house being so small, we don't have anywhere to go to get out
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
way. I mean, Brent goes
Yeah.
to the garage.
yeah, yeah.
But I can't go to the garage because that's
Yeah.
his space. So
right.
I've got to be in the same room because we don't have like a den or
Right. And their situation's the opposite. They haven't peopled all day.
uh-huh.
They want to people
Right.
now. And it's like,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
ugh,
Or
it's hard.
first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning because I'm a
Oh yeah.
super
Yeah.
super early riser. Brent and I both are early risers, and sometimes I get up even earlier to have that quiet time, and then
Yes.
she'll hear me up and then she'll get up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like,
And it's no fault to
oh,
them, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
just
I
like, come
I
on,
just need the
man.
Yeah.
coffee
Just
and I
Yeah.
just want quiet, in the entire
quiet.
house.
This is why I stay up so late, because I have
Because that's the
I'm
only
the
time.
opposite
Yeah.
part of the day,
Right.
where I'm like, the only time where I can find that quiet
Mhm.
is when
Yeah.
everybody's gone to
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah.
But then that affects sleep and
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
and mental health.
Well, like I think
because-
something that's big too. I don't know if it's like that with your mom, but grandma's chronically online.
Right.
Like she is
Mm-hmm.
she's an internet troll. Like she
Right. Yeah.
like she
I think my grandma
True.
gets
will
internet trolled.
stay. Oh no, my grandma she's over
Yes.
here. Part of her thing is like if you're trying to like actively talk to her about like just something you have to talk to her about, like, oh hey, I'm going blah blah blah, whatever. She'll tell you to wait
Yeah.
while
It's true.
she's writing comments on the internet. Like
Oh,
she
man.
is like a certified internet like troll.
Troll.
Like, and so that makes it hard too
In
because then
denial.
yeah, because she says she's never on her phone or whatever. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. But I think a lot of her problem too that makes it hard for us is like we get home again, you don't want people, you don't really want to talk to anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And instead of like a hey, how was your day or something, it's like, man, did you see what blah 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 did? You know, like it's always like politics with her. So it's like a constant like, oh, I can't believe blah, blah, like okay,
Yeah.
cool. You know,
Yeah.
I don't care. Like you know, I'm at the point I do not care. I just want to sit
Yeah.
and maybe not watch the news all day. That's, you know, it's not my
Right.
thing, you know.
And it's so
and
sad too because my mom was the type to never turn on the TV, always
yeah,
listen to
there's always music.
music.
Always music.
And now it's like all she wants to do is be on her phone and be on, watch the news.
yeah. News and like talk shows talking about the news, and it's just like, dude, that's crazy. You know, that's crazy. It can't take up all of your life. Maybe like
No.
say 2 hours a day or so, like an hour in the morning, an hour at night, cool.
Right.
But like 9 to 10 hours a day is like ridiculous.
Well,
Like that is
and
ridiculous.
she will always say that we are uninformed, but it's like you get the highlights on your
Yeah.
news feed on your phone. You can look at it for,
Yeah.
30 minutes or whatever and be caught up on everything. You don't need to sit and watch the news all day long.
Right.
Record the news.
Yeah.
Rewind
and it's
it.
and it's replay.
Yeah.
Replay,
Exactly.
replay,
It's the
replay.
same thing.
The
Yeah,
last
and
2
we get
days
the
of the
same
news is the
stories. It's
same
just
thing.
a quick
Yeah.
screenshot on
Yeah.
a social media post and
Yeah.
move on. It's
Fact check
fine.
it, and then if it's not true, then you go about your day. You know, it's not really a
If it's worth fact checking.
yeah. If it's worth fact checking, you
Yeah.
know.
Is it weird specifically living with grandma and grandma that you were once the kid, that you're now bringing them into your household? I know you mentioned I'm the head of the house, so that I'm in charge, and there's a weird power dynamic that you kind of have to get used to. But is it weird specific? Oh my God! Did we catch that?
Wow.
Chat? That was
We
beautiful.
might have got we might have got
Happy
that.
Mother's Day, folks.
We got butterflies flying in the chat.
Anyway, is it weird specifically to go from being, because we're your sons,
Right.
so it's living under your roof right now. It's so crazy
Is
for me to
normal.
fathom, like, if I had a home and having to take you guys in, because I can't even afford to live on my own yet.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
was it weird having to go from being a daughter to taking your mom in, specifically just with the dynamic of being the kid?
I am still the kid. I still
Really, you
can't
still
even.
you still feel that?
Absolutely. I do not have my own life
Mm.
right now. I don't. I'm still talked to like I'm a child.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
but I don't feel it in comparison to when I was younger. To me, it's I've become a child. I mean, I don't know. I think part of it was because when I was a teenager, my mom was in marriage number 2, and she was in a yucky marriage. And so she had so much on her plate then. I did so many things that I shouldn't have done in those years, and she was blissfully unaware. and she hears snippets about them now, and she's shocked. Like, what do you mean that? How did that happen? Yeah, we were in the same house,
The
but
Wizard
she
of Oz
was
was never in color. This is a claim
stop,
she makes, by the way.
stop. But no, but so
Sorry.
I don't really compare it. Sorry, waiting for that to pass. I don't compare it to how it felt then because I don't feel she overparented as much then. She always wanted to know where we were, always typical parenting, I think then. Now I think it's more of her own anxiety and it plays out as a overly hovering parent and it is that, but it's like I think it's more of she has so much like she creates anxiety and creates worry for herself that it plays out as I'm the kid and make sure you call me when you get there. Make sure that, you know, is your gas tank full? It's all the things that, yeah, it's as a child, but I don't feel like it's different from when I was a teenager.
I think I'm curious on that since you guys are kind of saying that it feels almost like you're going back to being the kid in a specific kind of way. Does it ever feel like if you kind of if we kind of flip it a little bit, do you guys ever find yourself
Yes.
learning lessons from them still?
Oh,
Like,
no,
do you?
I didn't know where you were going with
That's
that.
where
Never
I'm
mind.
thinking. I know it's a different. It's maybe you wouldn't feel that way. So if you don't, that's a perfectly valid answer. But is there ever a time where you're like, maybe I could have looked at a situation this way, or maybe I didn't think about it, or I overthought about it, or maybe you learned a lesson still from your
No.
mom? No.
No, because I already know what she's going to say before she even says it.
If there's lessons that I learn, it's what you kind of hit on earlier of you have to put your attitude in check. Yeah, whereas if I was a teenager, I wouldn't have thought to care to
Exactly.
do that. Now as an adult, I know why she's doing it and I understand and I have sympathy and empathy for that. But I'm still an adult. I'm still 52 years old. I'm
Sure,
still raising my own kids. I'm still working.
Mhm.
I understand what it takes to do what I need to do. And if I make a mistake, it's not something that was probably preventable by an advice or something she suggested. It was just going to happen. So I don't feel like I go, oh, that was great advice, Mom.
No, that's perfectly valid. I think that's. I was just curious.
Another issue in my situation is that my mom she had just turned 17 when she had me. So we were very close of an age. My mom's 79 and I'm 62. So in my upbringing, it was kind of like we were best friends. She knew everything. I was able to do whatever as long as she knew, which is different for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I luckily had my grandmother and grandfather that were very
straight-laced,
very straight-laced. My mom was a little reckless in her probably 40s, so she'd been married 4 times and some of them didn't last very long, and during the in-betweens there were boyfriends and live-ins, and and a lot of that time I would spend with my grandmother and grandfather at their request. So it was very different. My mom was raised in the church, but then when she got to high school, she was a little rebellious, and then got married, had me. So it's kind of a different
dynamic.
Sure.
Well, I guess going from like moms and living with moms and everything, what advice would you guys give new moms in general? Like,
Yeah, now that you're experienced moms, you guys are like mom premiums.
We're
Yeah.
seasoned.
yeah, you're seasoned,
Mom plus.
like Joey was with Becca's throw up on him. He's seasoned.
That's foul.
I'm not-
That's horrible. I still get grossed out by it. Just
But I
thinking
mean-
about it.
No, but I mean, like, because you guys not only have been moms for at least 25 to 26 years and living with your moms now, what advice would you give first-time moms? Is there stuff that you think they can learn from?
Something you wish
by
you knew
having the-
when you
yeah.
started that you only know now.
For me, it would be to trust your instincts and hear advice, but you don't have to feel like you need to take advice. And because looking back, the things that I regret are the things that I didn't do that I wanted to because somebody told me I shouldn't as a parent to you. Like, um, I mean, I think about how long you had to endure the stuff in second grade. We won't go into details, but that
Yeah,
teacher was
please,
horrible.
please. Yeah.
And
Her name
the
was Miss.
Stop.
Maybe I
You
need to
to
bleep it,
stop,
whatever, I
do
don't know,
that.
but-
Not
Her
do that.
Instagram handle is
Yeah. Her address.
just
But
dox her on the internet.
that was traumatizing for me. And I think about how long I let you go dealing with that because I wanted to respect them. And I was still, this is the first time I've had a second grader, first time I've had a boy, and all the things. And in the end, you were a boy. And that is all. And that it was. I mean, I can look back now in hindsight. I have a second boy now, and I see he was just the same. I mean, you guys are just built differently, and in a classroom
Built different.
setting, certain folks shouldn't be in a classroom setting trying to navigate that. But you don't know that. And my point is I just think that in situations, just trust your instinct. Things that always came up across all of you guys was bottle feed, nursing, formula, what kinds of food, when to introduce those foods, and all those things everybody has an opinion on.
Mhm.
Everybody has an opinion on. And it's like, why does that matter? Why does what I
Right.
do with my kid matter to you?
Exactly.
Let it go. And,
Do what you feel is
do
right.
what you feel is right. And
Because everybody's different.
And-
Everybody's situation's different.
the kid it may be that it doesn't work for this kid and it works. I didn't
Exactly.
raise them the same. He'll tell you that to no end.
Mhm.
But I didn't raise them all the same, and they're all fine. They've all turned out fine. So that's mine.
Yep. I totally agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Instinct is everything. I think if you got a good shoulder on your head and use some common sense, and
Mhm.
you're gonna be okay.
Yep.
Not everybody's situation's the same, so do what's right for your situation.
I would also like to maybe change the dynamic for a second. Do you guys have questions for us?
That's great. I was literally gonna
Yeah,
say
something
that
like
one
that.
too.
Because this is, you're our moms, but we're your sons, and so
Yeah.
we kind of made you moms. We're the reason you are moms. So
Yeah, so
you're
technically
you're
Mother's
welcome.
Day is part of our
You're welcome.
like our
You're
day
welcome.
too.
it's
you
kind of
know?
our holiday.
We'll let you guys have it, but I mean,
Or just
Yeah.
comments. I mean, stories that you want to talk about or want us to maybe bring up. If not, we can ask you another question. But if you,
or are there questions not only like for you to ask me or Tanya can ask Joey, but like
Or
do
each
you
other.
guys vice versa have questions, or questions for each other, Leave it like an open question panel or something,
Oh, no. So did it scar you, Grandma and I sitting there for hours on end, days on end at the roller rink, or
Yeah.
were those happy times?
Just a
or
simple yeah, he said.
I mean, they were memories that I'll always have going, regardless of you being there or not. Like, I was doing my own thing and people were always coming up and talking to you anyway. So it wasn't really like you were hovering over what I was doing while I was there anyways. But would have been cool to go alone. Would have been cool to just walk in there and,
it's kind of a scary area.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Well, we don't got to worry about it now because it doesn't exist anymore. But
Right.
yeah.
R.I.P.
I was always worried that something was going to happen to you only because of my own experiences.
Mhm.
Again, being an older parent, not having much help from that person we used to call your father, Sean.
Yeah. Don't worry, you can say his name. We've said it many times on this podcast.
Yeah, you may be happy to know that we have made fun of that fool quite a bit on,
yeah.
on this
Don't
show.
worry, you can say whatever you want. So
But that's where me sitting for hours and hours at the skating rink came from, because I knew what could happen and I wasn't going to have it happen to you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like 50-50, like it was cool. I didn't really worry about you being as I got older, I really didn't have to really worry about it. I think when I was younger, I was a little bit, not mad, but, like, oh, come on, bro. Like,
I was always
you
worried.
can't just let me go by myself, But then I got older, especially now that I'm older, I think about it and I'm like, man, a lot of crazy stuff happened there. Someone
Yes.
got murdered there.
Yeah.
Someone got shot right in front of there. So,
Exactly.
think about it now and I'm like, all right, maybe she had a point. Maybe she had a point. But I was also like really young, thinking I wasn't really young
Mm-hmm.
too.
Mm-hmm.
I was
That's always
going
the
at
case.
like, 12 or 13 and I'm like, well, I'm a teenager, so I wasn't no teenager.
Oh yeah, the clarity at 25 and 26
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
Well, and I was always worried, blonde hair, blue-eyed boy.
Yeah.
The only one.
Not to stereotype, but we are the ones that get picked on.
Yeah. They knew. They were like, that's the one. That is
I
the
know,
one.
because I was picked on.
Yeah.
So I didn't want that for you.
I always appreciated, because what I could see from a parent dynamic looking at how you guys were, because I was around on a lot of your events as well, or I ensured that I knew another parent was that you didn't seem to ever hinder his individuality.
I tried not to.
Yeah. So while you were there, and I remember you always being present, that whereas when I was present at his, I was trying to infringe on his
we were
individuality.
holding hands.
Yeah. I tried to be the fly on the wall.
You were more of a fly on the
Yeah.
wall, and you kept an eye on all the
like
surroundings.
if something happened, I was there too.
Which that's what I was doing too, but I was also making
Holding
sure
my
he
hand.
was in check. And I think you gave him more autonomy than I gave him. But I was going to say something, because you brought something up, and I was going to say, is there anything when you guys look back that you think we did wrong, but looking back now? No. Oops, sorry.
Oh.
But here's the shut up.
Just kidding. Sorry.
Here's the
Man,
caveat.
Joey's fired up with that one.
Here's the caveat.
Okay,
Something that you've never said to me before. I'm fully aware how you feel about
that's
the
tougher.
vomiting.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware.
Joey's like, I've been pretty vocal about how I feel.
I know where y'all were and what you were doing, and when, for example, when we went to a baseball game with your then girlfriend, I knew when you walked away what was going to happen. But we were still in a public place.
I didn't.
Well, that's my point. I was the adult. I knew.
Fair.
But in my mind, I was like, okay, well, I'm still in control of the situation, because fine, I can't see you behind the wall over there smooching her, but I know you're smooching her.
Sure.
But you brought up something to your brother the other night when we were sitting out here, and you said, oh man, I'm sorry, I can't tell you that it's okay, because I now know it's not okay.
Yeah.
That kind of thing where
What was that about? That was
I don't remember what that is, a show or something. I don't know, but that's not my point. Is that while we might have handled it differently or wrong in your mind then, is there anything you still think we handled wrong looking back? Because we may have handled it wrong in your mind
that
as
I
a
haven't
13-year-old.
told you is tough, but I can think of examples.
Eek.
You didn't
Okay.
take-
What did I get into?
I mean, you didn't take me to Disneyland. That one I'll
Oh.
never forgive. There was a, and this
I mean, that's fair.
but
That
this
made
goes
me- that
into
made
what
me
we
sad.
talked about earlier. It was this was still around when I was at that boy age, and I was loud or whatever, and yeah, you like to argue that punishments are learning lessons, but it was like I was being obnoxious in class. It was like, what, kindergarten?
It was.
I'm a kindergarten. This is why I have never let it go because I was in kindergarten.
It's okay. This
and
one I can handle. I thought it was going to be much harder.
Well, there's
There's more.
I could maybe think of a more
No, it's okay.
hard-hitting
Go
story.
ahead.
This
Stick
is
with this
all.
one.
This is it is a quick story. This is just that I was being loud in kindergarten, and
We're told ahead of time.
and I was told to, keep it in check because we're gonna be going to Disneyland in a week. Just be a good kid, and I was still very hyper. And
Squirrely.
then I got in trouble for being hyper again.
Ferretish.
All squirrel. And then the punishment is that I was not going to go on the family Disneyland trip. They took Becca,
It was her birthday.
and I didn't go.
Oh,
I didn't go to my sister's
Ouch.
birthday at Disneyland.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of foul.
That's horrible, right?
That's crazy.
I saw
Ow.
them drive away. Like it was like a
They
you
movie.
went? Did you go?
Yeah, it was a sitcom where I was rubbing my hand. Yeah.
myself.
And of course,
I
the
don't
person
wanna
they got to come nanny me wasn't her mom. It was my dad's mom. So she was like, "You shouldn't have been a
No,
bad kid."
no, you're not
So when
remembering right. You're not
this is
remembering
my
right.
memory.
Well, she may
was
have said that to you,
sympathetic,
but that's not what she said to
In
me.
person, she was like, you know?
She just for the record, she may have done that to go with the punishment, but for us, she thought very vocally said, "I
This is
think
wr-
that was a little extreme.
Oh.
I think that was a little extreme." So
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, I think you guys should have done more. I think
No. Give a more
I think
probably
you shouldn't have brought him that souvenir.
Yeah.
I think you should have made a
I didn't
I
get
think
a
you should
souvenir.
have made the
There
custom
was
Mickey Mouse ears
no-
and then take them away before you even got them.
I
That's
think
what
you-
I think.
There was
I
no
think you
upside
should
to
have
the
put
story.
another name on those custom ears.
Yeah. Bad boy. That's it. Here, wear these at school.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Come on, squirrel boy.
I think to give a bit of a more real answer, I would say one of the things that I don't think I think I would do differently if I was a parent is what we were just talking about. I think I'd be a little less what's the word? Not controlling, but overseeing
Stricter.
every little fine detail of life. I think that one thing I think I've come to learn as I've gotten older is when you're told not to do something, that makes you want to do it more.
mhm.
And I think a lot of times if you can, it's a balance for sure, but I think if you can find the balance of not really being like, oh my God, don't do that, then and just being like, oh no, we shouldn't stick our thumbs in our ass. I don't know why that was the first thing I thought. but you just gotta I think that there was a lot of parts of my life where I had so many rules growing up. I was so overseen in everything I did that, like, for instance, when I went to college, I finally had that freedom and I went overboard on certain things. And I think one of the reasons I went overboard on certain things like that was just because I had never had that amount of freedom before. I went from one side of the spectrum to the complete opposite. And I think if there was more leeway or more of a balance there, I think it wouldn't have been such a drastic pivot when I went to college,
But
Sorry.
there's an aspect to that. I think that it was the firstborn. Because
sure. I'm
second,
not- yeah, I
second child,
understand
I
that.
think, just was more self-controlled, and then third child, you can see it play out far differently.
What's your opinion on that? Because in your case, you only had the one.
Right. Well, I was probably a little lax on the reins, but by the same token, I sat at the roller rink for hours
Sure,
and
sure.
hours. I wanted to let him do things that I was thinking, well, maybe I shouldn't be letting him do that. Maybe he's a little too young for that. But here's the thing. I'll let you do that, but I'm going.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
I won't bother you, but I'm going to be there in case something happens.
yeah.
And that's exactly how it was. Even when he started his band and he was too young to drive, but he was with adults in his
Right.
first band. His band members were
In their 20s.
In their
and I was, like
20s.
16.
so that
yeah.
was extremely frightening because of
But then you met them all and you were like,
but
oh, these
the-
are cool guys.
because all I could think of was, well, I have to say it's okay for him to even go into this club to
Mhm.
play.
Right.
because he wasn't even 18. So, so, so I would drive to these things and wait for him outside, or,
Mhm.
but I was
I don't
there
think
if
you did that too many times
if
though. I think there was.
once I got comfortable with it and I knew I could trust them to be adults and how they were, then I kind of eased off on that. But that when you're when you're
Sorry.
when you're when you're in a band and you're playing in clubs or parties, or I remember it well, and I know what happens.
Yep.
Sometimes things happen that shouldn't be happening,
Yep.
especially in today's world. Maybe not
Yeah.
so much in the
Well,
70s.
they happened then, but they were harder to come by then, and so now it's just like everything's laid out for them, and it's
Yeah.
just so accessible.
Yes.
Well, I will.
I
mean,
know I was
I will say though, for playing in bands that young and everything, I was so straight laced on everybody in my band. It was like you're not drinking, you're not smoking, you're not doing
Mhm.
anything
Yeah.
until we play. Then, if you want to go do whatever, do whatever. But you're not
Yeah.
gonna do it. Even with practices, it's like
Mhm.
you're not showing up to practice high. You're not
Mhm.
showing up to practice drunk. If you want to drink after or whatever, then like that's fine. I mean,
Right.
you've always been very chill about that. Where it's like, I mean, if they're here, I know they're safe. They can do whatever. But I was more of a stickler, I think, than anyone
But
else, because I was just like, this is something I actually want to do,
mhm.
and I'm not gonna have it ruined by someone
Mhm.
trying to make it all like fun and games. That was not my thing. I never drank at a show. I don't even think I drank at a show until maybe I was like 20, and it was a show that I put on
Yeah.
at a friend's house. So I was never doing that kind of stuff, which I feel like is the exact opposite for most people. I feel like
Mhm.
most people, it's like, oh, I'm in a band, I can do whatever I want. I was the one that was keeping everyone else kind
Yeah.
of in
Brent was
check,
always
so
really responsible, though, and so I had that too. He always acted older.
Mhm.
He was really responsible, and I always told him what my mom always told me: if you're gonna drink, call me and I'll come get you. Do not drive.
Yeah.
Still to this day,
Yeah.
it's do not drive
yeah.
and drink.
That's why, as much as I could not, it would make me crazy on his breaks from college, and they'd all be over here, but they were here, and it was like I'd have to go in my room, shut the door. They were loud, they were obnoxious. There was everything happening that I didn't want to be happening, but excuse me, but they were here, and
Yep.
at least they were.
Yep.
My one thing is, please just have your people stay,
Yep.
because I don't want them driving in that scenario.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
anyway.
Any more questions from any of you guys? Did you guys? I think we literally just had one question, then we went off on a
Tangent.
whole, which is good. But
Anything you guys haven't told us that
Oh, yeah.
We should know.
we should know?
Probably.
yeah, probably. Off the top of my head, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, going back to like, is there anything we thought was like maybe a mistake in the way we were not
Did-
raised, but
Did I tell you I got pulled over by a cop in Phoenix?
oh yeah, because you didn't have your lights on, right?
Yeah. This was with
Was it with the
Jordan.
rain? Was it raining? No.
No.
Then no.
So it was like we went to some stand-up comedy thing, and we had a single drink there. It was a Moscow Mule. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Oh, gee.
And we we have the one drink, we watch a show, it's whatever, and then I think we were gonna go get food after, and I think I was the one driving, and it was Jordan's car, and we stopped at a gas station to just fill up. When I got back on the road, I had not turned my lights on, and I stopped at some red light, and all of a sudden there was a cop behind me. Ugh, bug. And then when we started pulling forward during the green, all of a sudden, whoop whoop, and I was like, "Oh no!" Everything started flashing in my mind, and I had the one drink, so I was like, "It's over. I'm going to prison for the rest of my life."
He's like, "Sir, do you know why I stopped you?" "I'm sorry. I didn't mean it." And he's
It
like,
wasn't
"Sir,
me."
your lights are off."
That's honestly what. Yeah, dude, I remember.
Joey's the only person I know, by the way, that has a hard time remembering to turn his lights on in the middle of the night.
I
don't know how.
why.
How?
I don't know. But yeah, so they pulled me over. We turned into a little out thing where this like apartment place was,
Mhm.
and cops come over, and then all of a sudden like 2 more cop cars came, and I
What?
was like,
Oh,
"What's going
no.
on? Like, what did I do?"
Get out of the car. Get on the
Guy
floor.
was like, he started with, your headlights aren't on? Do you have license, registration? I was like, is this, the problem with me, because of how you raised me, I was immediately like, I'm going to tell every single truth that I have the opportunity to tell the truth.
I have not taught you that.
Oh no, I was like, I'm so afraid. I'm going to tell you everything.
I told you to be truthful. I didn't
I
tell
was
you to
puked
give
on by my
every
sister
truth.
officer when I was in kindergarten. And then so he was like, "Have you had anything to drink tonight?" I was like, "Yes." And Jordan was like, "He had one drink 2 hours ago." He's fine.
She's like, "Shut up, Joey."
And so he was like, "Okay." And yeah, he took my license back. He came back and he was like, "How do you think your parents would feel to know like you got your first like ticket?" And I was like, "They'd hate me so much, please."
Please don't.
I don't even live here.
Please don't call
Oh
him.
my gosh.
And
Please.
and yeah, so he let me off with a warning because I didn't have any prior incidents before that, and again, I wasn't drunk or anything. I had a
Right.
single drink at the show, and then but he let me off with a warning, and we moved on.
Thank you for sharing, son.
Yeah.
Well, I've never been arrested or
We
pulled
did have
over
we did
or
have
anything.
what is it called? Like the Hydro Flask? We did have a Hydro Flask full of vodka in the car.
Oh, that's nice.
Ah, that's cool.
So-
Cool.
so we
Cool.
definitely got.
I've never done that one. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay.
Ta-da.
Truth's out there.
Now you know.
Yeah, it's not like back in my day where the cop would pull you over and say, "What's that between your lips? Give me that," and pour it out. No, now it's get out of
Oh,
the
no,
car,
yeah, it's-
turn around.
Put your
Yep.
hands behind your back. Yeah.
That's I guess I always tried to instill that in him too. It's
Mhm.
not like it used to be.
No, it's not.
It's not like on that 70s show, okay?
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, I've done nothing wrong ever in my
Oh,
life.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're the golden child.
Been a perfect child my whole life, right? That's. Oh, we still telling ourselves that, or yeah. I mean, I've never had that happen before. I turn on my lights.
It doesn't
so.
have to be that. It was something you've never told your mom.
Oh, you know what? I do have
Uh-oh.
one.
I know
Yes.
I know you jumped
have
off
one.
of Seth's roof into the swimming pool. I do know that.
Yeah, this
Okay.
isn't
I
it.
didn't.
That's not it. No.
Why do I get the feeling that was minor?
Well, it was minor, but that was something I did.
Okay.
This I didn't do. I didn't
Okay.
have any. I wasn't
Oh,
the
no.
one.
Oh, great.
Are you throwing him under the bus? Because
No.
that's not.
Oh no.
Do-
No.
Do I
no.
even want to
was,
hear this?
I was playing a show. I think it was about like.
Oh.
I think it was like 17 or 18. It's like when I was like playing shows like every single weekend, and played a show at a house in Banning. And I've told you before, those house shows go crazy because people will jump off the roof and everything at those shows. Like
Right.
they're crazy. So I was like, oh, I have like a really good set time. This is gonna be great. And so we get up there, we start setting everything up. And this is when Toucan and Oscar and all those fools are in the band. So like we had a whole bunch of stuff set up. And there's this one guy there. It's just one guy. Seemed very off out of like the 50 people who were in this backyard. And he was like carrying on. Yeah, he had to have been like on something. Like he definitely wasn't drinking because no one drunk would be doing the type of weird shit this man was doing. And he pushes himself forward to like the front. We're playing like the first song, and bro trips, and he unplugs our extension cord. They had everything plugged in
Oh
on it,
no.
and so all of our power went, vroom, and we were like so pissed. Like we were yelling at this fool. And he's sorry, and all of these people were like trying to like bring this fool back. They're like, what are you doing? You know, like everyone else knew that this guy was like tripping out. So we plug it back in. We start playing. We get through like 2 songs. And bro, I don't know if someone pushed him. Like if he pushed someone, they pushed him back, or he tripped again. I don't think he would have tripped a second time. But he fell back, and he knocked over Oscar's keyboard in the middle of the song. Like he hit the keyboard, fell on the ground.
Uh-oh.
And so I yelled at this guy on the mic, and I cussed him out, and I was like, just get the fuck out of here. You know, like I was so mad. And bro pulls out a whole machete out of
Oh,
his
good
pants.
Lord.
out of his pants.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I always worried about.
And in that moment, I was like, you know, this is why people say pick your battles. Because if I wouldn't have been on the mic yelling at this guy, maybe the machete would have stayed in his pants. But instead, now the machete's out. Fools ran over and grabbed him so fast. And I guess they threw him in like the street or whatever. And they beat the shit out of him.
Wow.
And then an ambulance was called, and they had to like take him away because they
goodness.
just beat the shit out of him. But yeah, he walked in with a machete in his pants. No one said anything. No one knew.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's something that I never told you. But
Yeah,
again, like I said, it
this
wasn't
is
really
why-
me.
I'm
glad you
It wasn't
didn't.
really me, you know?
This is why I never get road rage, because
Oh, yeah, I have.
Right. Absolutely.
Nah, I got road rage. It's calmer now, but I'll still follow someone for a mile
think-
if they cut me off.
I don't mean to
Just to scare
call
'em,
you guys
you know?
out, but I think I have experienced road rage from every one of the Murphys before in my life. And it is something. It's something. It's quite. They're very passionate.
Yeah.
They're very.
Joey's been there when I have been in full
Brent has lost his
rage.
mind.
Full rage.
Sticking his hand out the window and like screaming at him.
I don't do that anymore because someone followed me almost home once.
Uh-oh.
That's why I don't do it, because I'm just afraid I'm gonna get the one guy who's just like,
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
oh,
Well, you hear about all those shootings over
Yeah.
there on
Yeah.
the 210?
Yep.
Yep.
That's what it is.
yeah.
Well, that guy Eli from Days, he got shot because of
Yeah.
road rage.
Mm.
Someone shot him in the arm or
Mm.
whatever.
I
And
don't,
the
Not
dude was
cool.
the one that cut him off.
I don't think do you have road rage?
Oh, it's stifled. I
Uh.
mean, I get mad, but I'll never put myself at risk.
Good for you, honestly. Unfortunately,
I
I'm
mean,
not
I
that
get
guy.
mad, but I usually just yell in my car. I don't do even the hand gestures much because
I
they
think
react.
I've had times where I've been driving Brent and some fool will like cut me off so hard that we could have genuinely died. And Brent will see that I'm like, oh man, and he'll be like, okay, I'll handle it.
Okay.
You motherfucker! And he's just like he'll start screaming, and he's like, I'll take this for you, boss. And,
Yeah.
and he'll
I'm
start
like, I'll get
screaming.
mad enough for both of us right
He'll
now.
get mad
I'll
enough for both of us.
Yeah.
I find that hilarious.
I mean, one more. I mean, how many more questions do you think we got?
How are we feeling? Are you guys bored of us yet?
I'm good.
We have probably a couple more questions we could ask.
Because I have one that's not on the list just because I'm curious.
It's the one I
Oh,
think
no.
you're clicked on. Oh wait, never
No,
mind.
it's
No,
not.
this is
no.
a different one.
No,
Okay,
no, no.
Go ahead.
I'm not
go ahead.
Nah, this one's not on
Go
here.
for it.
I know for a fact 3 out of the 4 of us here have had weird, unexplainable things happen to us.
He couldn't go the whole episode.
I had
without
to.
bringing
No,
it up.
I have to know. Like, when am I gonna have your mom and my mom here?
Sure. Take advantage. Go
Has-
for it.
Has anything like weird or like spooky or unexplainable or like has anything happened to you? Because I know we've had stuff together. I've had my own stuff. You've had your own stuff over here. We should hear your weird stuff from you. But yeah, have you had anything like?
For me, the only thing I've had that I think falls into the category, I think you know about, or at least you may have heard of, but it's not spooky to me and it's not inexplicable. If you have like a faith-based interpretation of it, and that is that when when I lost my daughter or she was passing, that a woman who was not part of the medical team, was not part of my family, was not part of anything, was in the room with us as they're literally trying to resuscitate my daughter. She's just talking to me so peacefully and calm, and she's just like, let's go have a seat right outside. And I'm like, no, I'm in here. I'm committed,
Yeah.
I don't know what I said, but it was something to the effect of I'm not leaving. And it was several times. And as she talked to me, I can picture her. She was a black woman. Her skin was kind of leathery. Um, I remember her wearing scrubs. I remember her with a blue blanket draped around her shoulders but smiling the entire time. Crooked teeth. I remember all these details.
Wow.
And her just being very, very soothing and smiling, but not condescendingly, just like comforting smile. Let's get you out of the room. Just sit down right outside the door while they do what they're doing. And I'm like, I'm not leaving. It was like 3 or 4 times that she insisted, but it was always the same statement. Let's just get you out of the room. Let's just get you sitting down. And finally I was like, okay, I'll go sit down. And then she just took me to a chair right outside the room that they were trying to work on Rachel. And once she got me in the chair, she like stood next to me, and I remember her putting her arm on my shoulder like this, and she's like, I know she said God is with you right now, but she's just like something like, don't worry, not don't worry, but it was like God is with you right now. But I forgot what the first statement was, but it was God is with you right now. And I'm like, I know he is, but that doesn't take away, I didn't
Yeah.
explain myself, but I want to be in there, and
Yeah.
but fast forward, I look back and I feel like what that was getting me out of the room so she could pass. Like, I know that
Mhm.
that's like maybe a weird take or more of a spiritual take, but I feel like if she was going to go, I wasn't supposed to be in the room when she goes. And
Yeah.
but later the head nurse came up and was like, have you got in touch with your husband? And um I was like, well, I can't reach him. I've left him messages. He's 3-hour traffic trying to get out here. And he's just like, okay, but who is the woman? Is she family? And I'm like, no, she's in scrubs. She's one of your staff. And he's like, no, not one of our staff. And I'm like, well, she's not with me. And he's like, well, she was in the room. And I'm like, exactly. Why was she in my
Yeah.
room if
Yeah. Like,
But
who is this person?
I basically feel like she was an angel. I feel like she was just needing me to be out of the room, needing me to be calm, and needing me to be reassured that I wasn't alone in this, even though I felt completely alone in it. And then she was gone. There was no trace of her afterwards. Like, he was asking me, where is she? And I'm like, she's one of your staff. He's like, no, maybe she's one of the family members. There was no family member there that she was connected to. So that was not creepy,
Dang,
but
Joey, you held out
inexplicable.
on me. You knew about this.
I feel like I've
never
told you
heard of
this
this
story.
No.
I thought I did. I
I don't
would've.
remember.
That's
Were you at
crazy.
the funeral? Because he did go over that at the funeral. So I mean, he kind
Okay,
of shared
okay.
that story, but I was so kind of
It's been years.
It's been,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, over a decade, and so it's like it's weird.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was comforting. It
Because not
wasn't
everything
anything
weird
creepy.
is like supposed to be scary.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
feel like that. I mean, that's probably one of the best experiences
Mhm.
probably to have
Yeah.
is a comforting
Yeah.
one like that.
Yeah, I think
It
so.
matches the unexplained. It doesn't make sense
That's
that
what I
she
mean.
was
Yeah,
in
yeah.
your room. Because I mean, if she's not direct family, if she's not one of the staff,
You're
Well,
not
and
supposed
who
to
in
be
that
there,
room,
period.
who in that environment, they're literally hovered over my daughter. Everybody's pumping
Yeah, exactly.
medicines
And
and
that
trying to,
specific moment where
and for her
things
to be
are
smiling.
code red,
Yeah.
like you're not gonna
Yeah,
just have some random Yahoo in the room.
yeah,
And getting you to go out of the room and everything,
Yeah.
especially if it's like if it's a doctor or a nurse or someone there,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
going to be working on
Yeah.
what they need to be working on.
And
Not
I
kind
think
of.
about the blanket. I'm like, why would she have a blanket around her shoulders? Like that
Right.
would take her away from being a doctor.
Right.
Yeah.
But then it was like the scrubs pointing her to being on the medical staff. So it's like it was really confusing. But it was comforting.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Well, thank you for sharing, because
Yeah.
I mean, I've never. Yeah, I do not
So
remember.
inexplicable, but not creepy.
Yeah. I mean, you have your
If
scary stuff.
you want to hear
yeah.
mine, I have a whole episode about it on the podcast.
I remember.
Long
There's
story
something about a truck, right?
Yeah,
Like
long
there
story
was a-
short,
Yes.
I was driving down from taking photos of Isaac and Alano's proposal pics because they were camping. iPhone photos. It was crazy. Anyway, I don't have an opinion or anything. But I was driving back and somewhere, what part of town was it? That particular road,
like around Green Spot.
around
or-
there.
Yeah, whatever that road is.
Over by the orange trees.
Mhm.
Weren't there orange trees around there? Or
It's
is
where
is that too far?
by the beef jerky place. That
yeah.
whatever that
we're
that
right
road is,
around that spot.
corner. Yeah.
I was taking this road. There were no lights, middle of the night. No street lights, just my headlights, and then there was a guy in the road. No physical features, just a silhouette. And I didn't see him because it was so dark. And as I come into enough view that I can see the guy, and I'm about to hit this man, I like steer out of the way so I don't hit him. And as I'm steering, I just see his body kind of just and morph away. And I mean, it wasn't like it was clear. The headlights were completely on him, so I could see his
shape.
what's the opposite of manifesting? Unifesting. He unifested.
He dissolved. He dissolved.
And,
Please don't make up words.
And and so I mean, and that happened after I saw a different shadow-looking thing in your car. So I mean, it was
Yeah.
at the time my unexplainable. Again, you can go if you want more detail, full graphic detail. We have a whole episode on it, but
And
my
the
whole
fact that
thing
like
is-
almost a complete year later,
Yeah, it was
then I
not-
saw the thing in my
Yeah,
car,
yeah,
which
yeah.
was wild.
So
But
mine was a shadow guy.
you have
I have a lot.
you have things with shadow people and cats and
Yes, I do. Too many to mention, actually. Mostly, well, no, I can't say that. A lot of them were in Grandma's house that I grew up in, and in the hall. Seemed to be always in the hallway. What we call ghost cats, which is a large
very large.
vision of it's really hard to explain because it's not like it's not transparent like you can see through it that way. It's almost like I know this sounds weird, but like if stars were together to form a figure. And it's only for a split second. I've seen it there maybe twice. The last time I saw it there was when she was moving out of the house to move in with me. And then I've seen it 2 or 3 times at our house now. Same thing. It's always bigger than a normal cat. For whatever reason, it's been in various parts of the house.
Has literally traveled from one house to another,
Yeah.
which is creepy.
I've had after our beloved Sharky died, we used to have his cat litter box in the service porch. So, you'd be in the kitchen doing whatever and you'd hear him in there scratching at the sandbox. And then after he passed away, probably about a year after.
Yeah, it wasn't right after.
No, I started hearing that same noise in there. Of course, there was no cat litter box, no
Yeah.
cat.
When we would hear him run through the house
Yeah.
too, because he would go to the bathroom and he would just run from the kitchen through the dining room into the living room.
You'd
And
actually
he would always
hear
do
that.
it, but you would hear
Hmm.
it. And yeah, that was weird. Oh, I almost forgot about.
And then there was
Those.
I haven't seen it in a while because I don't sleep in there anymore. But in the bedroom. There was when I would leave the wardrobe closet open, I've seen a vision of a woman in a rocking chair, an older woman,
Nope.
ghost like. And I've had that one more than once.
Yeah.
That one, never saw it unless the doors were open. The doors were I always tried to make sure I closed the doors because I didn't want to see her. It makes for restless sleep.
Yeah.
Just a
I can
little bit.
imagine.
And, a lot of other little things.
Well, we saw what we thought was I mean, are we going to agree we thought maybe it could have been a UFO that time we were in the car at night? I mean, I was young, so I don't
Yeah.
even, but for some reason, this is always, it doesn't matter how young I was, I still remember seeing the big old green light like in the sky, and we followed it. Like
Yeah.
I remember we drove trying to chase it.
We're trying to discredit it.
Yeah, because it was like, what is, like I'm thinking like plane or something, just one singular green light,
Yeah.
and then it just
Wasn't.
evaporated. It just was gone. So
Aw.
that was wild. I remember that one.
Mhm.
My most recent one freaked me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Granted, I feel like I kind of asked for things to happen. Joey's told me that
No.
many times. But I have a spirit box, and I was like, I'm gonna use the spirit box. I'm gonna ask it very specific, like questions. I was listening to a podcast about someone talking about, I guess, this famous, like it's a famous haunted house, and there's like a famous ghost there, but they said that it's like traveled from other houses, like it's followed people home from there. This house is in Kansas. I've never been there, right? So, but I was like, oh, that's crazy, because like if it travels, I wonder if it like not summon it, but if you like, I don't know, ask questions referring to it, if something would happen. I used a spirit box and I sat there for like an hour. Nothing happened. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I was in my car when I did it, and I just drove to a park at night or whatever. Had nothing better to do because working obviously wasn't enough. So I had to I had to go out and do something stupid. But I drove back home. I texted her that I went out to use the spirit box, but I only told her. So I was like, okay, whatever. Didn't think anything of it. And then I got home. I went straight to the bedroom to put on shorts, and I walked back out, and my back is facing her and my grandma. And I'm setting my keys down, and I heard my grandma say like, "Oh, did you catch any ghosts?" And I was like, she snitched on me like that. I was like, she really snitched on me. I didn't want her to know I was out, doing some dumb stuff. And I turned around and I was like, nah. And they both just like look at me. They're like, what? And I was like, yeah, like, no, I didn't catch any ghosts. And they were like, what are you talking about? And I was like, nah, there's no way. Like, there's no way. And so apparently, I mean, clear as day, I heard my grandma say that
Wow.
specifically. She didn't even know.
No.
Mom did not tell her that I texted her. Nothing.
Nor did your grandma claim to have said it.
Yeah, she was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And they were both sitting there. They thought it was weird that I responded to nothing. So, yeah, that was my most recent
Crazy.
odd thing. But yeah. It's fun.
Did you scratch your itch for the
I did.
supernatural?
I just needed
Mother's
to
Day
know.
episode.
We all you got all your questions. I just had one.
No, you're
Yeah,
right.
I just had one.
I think I have like 2 more questions that we don't have to take forever on,
Yeah.
unless you have a couple more as well. But the other 2 questions I can think of are kind of relating to me and Brent. Well, first of all, what is the thing you're most proud of us for, and the thing you're most disappointed?
Oh no.
Let's start with the disappointment.
Yeah, let's rip the Band-Aid off. What's something that was either like a negative memory or something that, even if it did turn out for the better eventually, what's something that was a challenge with me and Brent?
Or something that you're currently disappointed
Or
in
if
with
there's a
us now.
current thing, if you're like, we honestly hate you guys for this.
Well, I can answer it.
I'm
easily.
ready.
Oh no.
Well, I think you already know this. I'm disappointed that you didn't finish and get your degree.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah, I already knew that one.
Because not that it would make any difference in, your job or whatever. That wasn't the point. All that money was spent, because we didn't have grants or anything.
Mm-hmm.
All that money was spent, and then right at the end, when you were just short, you didn't finish.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all the
Wow.
years,
Sorry.
all
I know.
all
I
the
know.
years
I'm just kidding.
that I was gotta get good grades, college, all that work that you had done and how well you had done in school, I figured that you would want to finish that. And that to me is a disappointment.
That's fair. That's fair. The only thing I regret really is the money, like you said,
Yeah.
being put into it. I don't regret not going to school.
Yeah.
I never wanted to go to college to begin
I know.
with. That was not anything I wanted to do. In school, let's be honest, school at BCS was kind of easy for us,
Mm-hmm.
we had Del Rosa, so I think that shaped
You
us
also
up
had
very
the parking lot
hard.
PTA.
you know?
to
The
Yes.
get
parking
your
lot
back.
PTA was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It-
I think getting good grades at BCS wasn't really. There were hard things, but I don't think it was like
Well, I'm not even talking
maybe
about
as
BCS. I'm
rewarding.
talking all the way through. I'm talking the start of your
Yeah. No,
when it was hard.
yeah, when it was hard, yeah, for sure. But
Well, I'm
no,
glad
I
you
get
went
it.
first because that's not how I heard the question.
Yeah, please rip the Band-Aid off for me too. Because I wanted
So,
to. I
but
want
it
to
was
end on the good
individual.
stuff.
I thought you meant something that we were disappointed in you two as a joint.
Oh
thing.
no, there's probably.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
much,
there's,
much
Because
worse.
that
yeah,
was
there's probably
well, that
some of
was
that,
that was
but,
hard
yeah.
enough of a question. So I'm glad I
Let's
understand.
just stick it to the individual Band-Aids.
We're not using one of the big old ace bandages today. We're just
Yeah.
using a normal sized one.
Well, there's been things you've done that are big and I think are obvious disappointments that I don't really want to hash.
Sure.
There was one though. You know what? Never mind. I'm not
I
gonna
know.
do that one.
Is there a way? Wait, what is it about? Is there?
No.
No.
Is there a vibe or a hint you can give me so I know what you were gonna say?
Well, remember when I texted the group chat while you were on campus? I'm gonna let that one go right now.
Kinda.
Yeah. So
okay.
no, that's not. There's been big ones, but you know what? I'm gonna kind of go with my initial thought of how you guys connect to each other. Because I think there's times that I think that you guys have jointly disappointed me at the same time.
Probably.
And
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm really
we gotta own up to
but
it,
there's
Joey.
equally or more times that you guys have I'm glad you guys are on the other side now. Like you guys went from hating each other 4th grade or whatever when you guys first met. You guys didn't really become friends till junior high is my take on it.
Yeah.
I mean, where you guys were starting to hang out and actually
Mhm.
do things together, and then high school much closer, and then college was all sorts of all over the place, like between the two of you. I mean, there was some ugly moments when you guys were doing your college years, and then there was some really good moments. But I think now you guys are on that. Your brain has fully developed mode, and you guys have finally settled down. And sorry, I'm tangenting. I'm more generally speaking. Disappointment. I don't know.
I'm just a great kid.
No, that's not where I was thinking. That's not what I was thinking.
Just too detailed to
But some of the
descript-
details I don't want to go
to
into.
describe. That's fair.
Yeah,
fair.
like I just
There you go, folks. I can't even talk about how bad of
no.
a person I was.
It's that I'm not gonna. I don't know who
Sure,
listens to this. I don't want to do.
Well, then
there's things that I don't
then
like.
let's move on to the happier part. What's something about me and Brent you guys are proud of or happy about?
Well, I'm proud of a lot of things, but his work ethic and any type of work that he does, he's responsible. He's conscientious about his getting to work on time and always there if you need him. He was like that at church when they had the worship group, and he was by far always the youngest and most responsible about his time and practicing and dedicated that way.
Yeah.
I'm sad that our church and the last church he was in, the last two churches that he was in, did him wrong, which have, I think, scarred him, and it makes me sad. But hopefully, time will heal.
Yeah. No,
But that's all part of growing
yeah,
up too.
for sure.
Yeah. Because I would say, I mean, at least for that kind of stuff, I think it took that stuff happening to be more comfortable or like be more open with like how I really feel about like religious stuff or, stuff outside of like asking questions. I think when you're in church, you get a little like uncomfortable to ask questions because people don't want to
Well, because they
hear
look
you
at you a
out. They
certain
don't want
way.
to, yeah.
They already have a perspective of how you should be.
Yeah.
Or
So I think it's that, I mean, it's just, I think made it easier for me to just be me instead of feeling like I have to, got to wear 5 different hats to appease like, 5 or 6 different groups of people and stuff like that. Now it's like, if you're not comfortable with me, then you're just really not comfortable with me, and that's fine. But now it's kind of like I'm unapologetic to that. I think before I tried very hard to probably be stuff I wasn't to appease other people, I mean, you're right. I definitely got scarred from from that kind of stuff for sure. Got a lot of that religious trauma, but I think it was a good thing, like overall, because it really just you just grow, I guess, as an individual, and
yeah,
I get, I think, way more mad at certain people's religious things because of it. Because now I am like, well, there's no way, because you come from, I guess, like both sides of being in church and then not being in church now, so you can see a lot of the stuff that people either agree with or don't agree with, or they wholeheartedly believe in when it's not right, to believe certain ways morally. So I think I could work on that. I think everyone's allowed to have their own whatever makes them comfortable and makes them be a better person, so yeah.
For me, I think one of the things, much like what Suzanne said, that I'm really proud of you on is how you approach work. Yes, and the things you do, like timeliness, preparation, all of that stuff, but also in kind of learning the vibe of work, of um not necessary to speak in this moment as much as I have an opinion, not necessary to speak in this moment, like just a filter. But then, because I'm using that word filter, one of the things that I also appreciate of you and I'm proud of you of that I don't have is the ability to, outside of work, because I think you apply the filters at work and you apply them appropriately. But outside of work, you don't necessarily filter. You're not offensive, but where I will always filter depending on who I'm in a room with. I will always be that way. Is you're just who you are. And I think that comes down from that's a direct result of some of the crap that you have had to endure or that you've created for yourself in the past and have learned from. Um, that if you had not been in those situations, you would have just been as fake and as phony as ever. And you'd be a different person today had you not gone through them. But because you did, you'll sit in a room where I'll filter for my mother and you don't. And you're just like, sorry, grandma, I think you're kind of crazy in this one. or the opposite, mom, I think you're kind of losing your crap on grandma. And I think it's, you'll just, and that's just a very simple example. I mean, I see you just be real when I'm not comfortable sometimes with what you share. You don't worry about whether or not it's going to be me that not I'm not offended or anything like that.
No.
I see some of your podcasts occasionally and I'm like, oh, Joseph, why did you say that? But it's because you're being real, and it's something I will never be fully real. I'm just warning everybody I know. I'm never completely truthful. I'm always got some kind of mask on. So
I will fold immediately.
I think kind of part of that is just, like you said, some of the things I've done to myself or the experiences I've been through. I think part of it is like, 25 years, 26 is a long time. And you have a lot of life experiences in just that amount of time. And there were a lot of hard ones and a lot of ones where, I would back in the day, like just try and, I don't get me wrong. One of Brent's things that he hates about me the most is me being a devil's advocate for pretty much any situation.
Yeah.
But
It gets annoying
compared to
after a while,
how,
but
everybody hates
I
that about you.
appreciate it.
yeah, you're right. No, you're right. But I
Mm.
think also it's just that I've been through a lot of different battles in life where, I have taken sides or I've taken my own side, and it's just led to more drama, more hatred, more people getting angry. And I'm not saying that trying to see both sides is ever going to make everybody happy. It doesn't.
Amen.
But I think to me, I've just gotten to a point where I'm like, I don't feel the necessity to battle any one given side, including if it's like my personal side. I think, and same speaking with the religion stuff, I think part of it is like, we get to a space in life where everybody has their own upbringing, everybody has their own lives that they have had their own personal life experiences and battles of their own that they've gone through. Everybody's going to have an opinion on something, and everybody should be entitled to their opinion. And a
Yeah.
lot of people say that they're entitled to their opinion, but then don't actually practice that
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
They'll say, "Oh, you can believe what you want to believe, but also fuck you for not believing it."
Yeah.
Like, and it doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for me, I'm trying to just live a life where I'm like, you know, if you think this way, or if we disagree on this, or if I see somebody else fighting, like you said with you and grandma or something, like I'm just gonna try and be like, did we all say our opinions? Did we all talk about it first?
Well, there's also the aspect of you that you're a peacemaker, and there's fault in that too.
It's the
Yeah.
thing I hate about
Because you
myself the most, actually.
you hate controversy, you hate conflict,
Yeah.
and you just want everybody
It's icky.
always peaceful.
I
And
don't
so
like it.
there's one thing to play devil's advocate, but then there's another thing to just make peace because you don't like conflict, and that's a problem. So
That's fair. That's fair.
I have that problem too a lot
yeah.
Yeah, you do.
because
Yeah, you
I
do.
can't. It bothers me very much to have arguments and bad feelings and
It almost feels kind of like an OCD thing where like I have to make sure both sides have been heard, or it doesn't
Well-
feel balanced, or like you have to take into consideration
Mhm.
everything, because if you don't, then you're just, how are you being fair?
and I kind of flash onto my mom, when we're talking about this, and it's, I know what buttons to push for my mom to get absolutely unwound,
Yeah.
and I know how to appease that,
same.
even though it's suppressing my real feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really worth this whole blow up
Yeah.
that's going to last not just for the day,
Right.
days, weeks, never go away.
Yeah.
May not ever go away for her. She can't She can't let things go right now. She holds on to it. Whereas I can and
It's out of
in
your
a few
system.
hours it's gone, you know,
Mhm.
because I am that person that can take, suppress, and then all of a sudden that one day, okay, it's out, it's gone, it's done.
Yeah.
Move on. But a lot of people aren't that way.
Yeah.
And I think the suppression, like you said, can be unhealthy sometimes
Oh,
too.
it is.
It's
Big
like
time.
It
on
is.
yourself.
It's not good.
It feels good to just kind of calm down the situation fast,
Right.
but a lot of times it just prolongs it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Because
you said,
it's going to come up again.
it's going to come back
It's going to come back
eventually, and
again. That's the
yeah.
thing. If you're not a patient person,
Mhm.
there's going to be trouble.
Yep.
Which you are by far one of the most patient people I know, because there's sometimes,
Who, me?
yeah, you,
Oh.
because at work there's certain things where
Okay, yeah, I am one of
I'm
the
like,
most patient people.
there's
He knows, you're
no
right.
way, like there's no way, like there's just no way.
I told you that's the filters. He
Yeah,
does it at
he
work.
just, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how much restraint you have. It's crazy how much restraint both of you guys have, because yeah, it's not me. It's not me. I speak my mind even when I shouldn't, and most of the time, I wouldn't say it gets me in trouble, but there's a lot of times where I'm like, maybe I could have just not said anything, you know? maybe I could have just not said anything.
Well, you have to look at down the line where it's going to get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes if you speak your mind in the wrong situation, people don't forget.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Certain people don't forget.
it's true.
So, you know, the old saying, we all make our own bed, and then we
Mhm.
have to lie in it.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, we have been recording for 2 hours already, if
Mm.
you can believe it. And so I think we're probably getting ready to wrap up. I think one of the ways I would assume you'd agree with me that it would only feel right to start ending it with is maybe some of mine and Brent's opinions on you guys and our take on your motherhood, and just good things. It's just I like for me, I just want to say, like, both of you guys have meant so much to me growing up, and you've been some of the strongest people I've known ever. Um all this talk about, me being able to, keep the peace, or put up the filter, or, relax my mind, as much as you guys might or might not agree that you do it too. I learned everything I did from you guys. Um Learning to fight the battles that needed to be fought, a lot of that was from the parking lot PTA days, like there were so many days where we could have just, gone back and not fought the system in high school with really unfair ways of treating the students, and you guys just, banded together and showed us that, sometimes you need to fight for what you think is correct.
Sometimes you need to get people fired for doing dumb stuff,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't get
it's hard
anybody
for
fired.
gas
They
out
got
these days.
themselves
Yeah, they got
fired.
themselves
Right.
fired.
Yeah. But, I just think, and especially, for you, Mom, I just think I'm very appreciative of all the lessons you've taught me over the years, and I think I got a lot of my um problem solving from you. I got a lot of problem solving from Dad, but Dad is a very you know go at it immediately. If you can handle the situation, just do it. Don't really overthink it. And sometimes I think that if you do think about the situation first, it is helpful, and I think I got that from you. And I think so having that balance between you and Dad in my day to day has made me a better guy overall, and so I'm very, very appreciative of both of you being our moms. We've literally, every time I go over to your house, I always say hi mom, or hi mom two, or hi second
Yeah.
mom, and I know you do the same with
Yeah.
my
Mhm.
mom, and so it really does feel like I've had two moms to help me grow and become who I am today.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I wanted to say.
Oh.
No, I think well, one, you're like pretty much my best friend and sibling and mom all at the same time. The amount of stuff that you've had to overcome in your life is like more than I could ever imagine having to go through. Um, and still being such a nice and soft-spoken person, even when you have pretty much every right to not be, you know? Um, and I think that there's so many lessons that I've learned from you, even if maybe I don't always take the advice or go at things the way you would. You've always taught me like how to be the hardest worker like ever, how to apply yourself when you say that you're going to do something, you always do it and you always follow through. And a lot of people don't do that nowadays. People think it's okay to go back on their word, but you always taught me that your word is kind of all you have.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so I'm just thankful to actually have someone in my life that's instilled that rather than just say, oh, well, get ahead by any means necessary. Instead, it was like, you get ahead by doing the right thing always and being a good person to everybody around you. So I couldn't thank you enough for, you know, teaching me that, because I think that's something everybody needs to learn in their life and learn how to be just a good person for everybody around them, and just always opening your home to me, always letting me be here. I remember there's like one summer where I was here, I think maybe like 5 or 6 days in a row.
That's all right.
And I just always I appreciate everything that you've done and how patient you've been with me too. I mean, me and Joey have done a lot of dumb stuff, in our
You
lives.
have. You
But
have.
being able to parent me along with Joey, and really pretty much making me part of the family too,
Mhm.
through the good parts and unfortunately some of the bad parts, and the
Yeah.
messy parts. Um, but always just instilling pretty much the same morals in me that my mom has, like, hey, you can't be doing dumb stuff all the time. You got to learn how to grow up and learn how to be a good person, and just respect the people around you. And that's something that both of you guys have shown time and time again for me and for Joey and, Becca, John, and just, everybody. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, I'm just really thankful. And I'm thankful that you guys literally took time out of your like 2 hours of your day
Yeah.
to come and sit down with us, now
We know
that's
you weren't
getting a little
exactly
hot. So,
excited,
yeah.
but we are very, very thankful you
Just
guys
out of
came.
my
and-
comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think-
that's all it
I
is.
think we all did. I think we all did great,
Mhm.
I think it was a great episode.
We had 2 hours to get comfy. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we love you guys. Thank you so
Love you.
much for
Thank
joining
you. Love you.
the
Love you
Woodsman
both.
podcast.
Yeah.
You're officially part of the universe now.
Woo! Where's my jacket?
Yeah, we gotta come up with animals for you guys.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. What's your spirit animal? You have a spirit animal? An otter?
No, that's
No?
Dad. Maybe that's not
leopard.
me.
You'd be
Or a cheetah.
do you have a spirit animal?
I was gonna say it has to be a wildcat.
Yeah, it's gotta be a wildcat.
Just mama bear? Makes sense.
2 bears on
Two
the
bears.
same pod. Well,
I think that wraps it up.
yeah.
All right.
Well,
Damn, we still gotta do housekeeping.
housekeeping
That's
episodes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Ooh, pain.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining this very special Mother's Day episode of the Woodsman podcast. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll be back hopefully next week.
hopefully, yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you then. And
Happy Mother's Day.
we're your hosts, Joey Rucker.
And Brent Murphy.
Later, Gators.
Yeah.
The Woodsman podcast is actively reading and responding to anything and everything on Instagram and our email.
If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the show, or would like to possibly be on the show, you can email us at thewoodsmanpod@gmail.com.
Make sure to keep up with all things Woodsman related on Instagram and X at WoodsmanPod.
Don't forget to rate, like, and subscribe to the Woodsman Podcast wherever you get your podcasts, with video exclusively on YouTube and Patreon.
Make sure to follow our personal accounts at Strange Kids and Piemaster J on all platforms. The Woodsman Podcast is co-produced by Brent Murphy and Joey Rucker. Written by Brent Murphy, video editing by Joey Rucker, and Blood, Sweat, and Tears by all of us.
Any additional content by the Woodsman Podcast may not be used without our permission. Copyright Cabin 13 Productions.
And remember, you only have one mom.
Well, I mean, unless she's gay.
Then you have two.